Israel is a nation born into a challenge. Much of the country is a desert, a place where the sun beats down and rain is a rare and precious gift. For decades, the nation faced a constant looming threat, running out of water. This wasn't just a matter of convenience, it was a question of survival. How could a country grow food, build cities, and support a growing population when its most vital resource was so incredibly scarce? The land was thirsty, and the future seemed to depend on finding a way to quench that thirst. The natural water sources, like the Sea of Galilee and the Jordan River, were simply not enough to sustain the dreams of a modern, thriving nation. The problem was immense and deeply rooted in the region's geography. Imagine trying to fill a giant bucket with a very slow-dripping tap. That was Israel's reality. The Negev Desert, which covers more than half of the country, receives very little rainfall each year. Farmers struggled to grow crops, and water was rationed carefully among households. The country's leaders knew that without a radical new approach, Israel's growth would be stunted. They could not rely on hope or wait for rain that might never come. They needed a plan that was bold, innovative, and would secure their water future for generations, turning a national vulnerability into a source of strength. This scarcity forced a change in thinking. In most parts of the world, water is taken for granted. People turn on a tap and expect water to flow endlessly. But in Israel, every single drop was counted and valued. This mindset became the foundation for a revolution. It pushed scientists, engineers, and farmers to look beyond traditional methods and invent new ways to manage, create, and conserve water. The country decided it would not be a victim of its climate. Instead, it would master its water destiny through sheer ingenuity and determination, proving that human creativity could overcome even the harshest of natural limitations. The challenge was not just about finding more water, it was about creating a culture of water consciousness. From school children to government officials, everyone understood the importance of conservation. This shared sense of purpose united the nation behind a common goal: to make the desert bloom. The story of Israel's water journey is not just about technology. It is about a people who refused to accept their circumstances. They looked at their dry, dusty land and didn't see an obstacle. They saw a canvas, waiting for them to paint it green with the colors of life and abundance. To solve its water crisis, Israel developed a brilliant three-layer system, creating a powerful and resilient water web. Think of it like a safety net with three strong layers working together. The first layer consists of the country's natural water sources. This includes the beautiful Sea of Galilee, the historic Jordan River, and underground water reserves called aquifers. For many years, these were the only sources available, but they were under constant strain and often not enough to meet the growing demand. Relying on them alone was like trying to run a marathon with only a small bottle of water. It was a risky strategy that could not last forever. The second layer of this system is a modern marvel: desalination. Israel looked to its long coastline along the Mediterranean Sea and saw not just a boundary, but a limitless reservoir. The country built some of the world's largest and most efficient desalination plants. These massive facilities act like giant filters, taking in salty seawater and transforming it into fresh, clean drinking water. This process has been a game changer. Today, a huge portion of the water that flows into Israeli homes, schools, and businesses comes directly from the sea. This layer provides a reliable and drought-proof supply, ensuring that the country never has to depend solely on unpredictable rainfall. The third and perhaps most revolutionary layer is advanced wastewater treatment and recycling. Israel decided that water should never be used just once. The country became the world champion in water recycling, treating nearly all of the wastewater from its cities. This means that the water from showers, sinks, and washing machines is not discarded. Instead, it is collected, sent to sophisticated treatment plants, and purified to a very high standard. This cleaned, recycled water, often called reclaimed water, is then given a new life, creating a continuous loop of use that dramatically expands the nation's water supply without drawing more from nature. Together, these three layers, natural sources, desalination, and recycling, form a comprehensive and integrated national water grid. If one source is low, the others can compensate. This flexible system ensures that Israel has a stable and secure water supply, no matter the weather or climate conditions. It is a testament to long-term planning and a refusal to accept limitations. By creating new water through desalination and reusing every possible drop through recycling, Israel has effectively manufactured the water it needs to thrive, turning a story of scarcity into one of abundance and security for its people. At the very heart of Israel's water recycling success story is a remarkable facility called the Safdan plant, located near Tel Aviv. This is not just any water treatment plant, it is one of the largest and most advanced in the entire world. The Safdan plant takes on a monumental task every single day. It collects the wastewater from millions of people living in the bustling Dan metropolitan area. This water, filled with waste and soap from homes and businesses, arrives at the plant for an incredible transformation. It is here that modern science and nature work together to turn what was once considered sewage into a life-giving resource for the nation's agriculture. The cleaning process at Safdan is incredibly thorough and ingenious. The wastewater goes through multiple stages of mechanical and biological treatment to remove solids and impurities. But the final brilliant step is what makes it unique. The partially treated water is not just cleaned with chemicals, it is recharged into the ground. It is spread over large sand fields, where it slowly seeps deep into the earth. The sand acts as a massive natural filter, polishing the water to an exceptionally high quality over several months. This method, called soil aquifer treatment, mimics and accelerates nature's own purification processes, resulting in clean, safe water ready for use. Once the water is fully purified, it is not simply discharged. Instead, it is collected and pumped into a dedicated pipeline known as the National Water Carrier. This system acts like a great artery, carrying this precious reclaimed water from the center of the country southward. Its destination is the dry and sun-baked Negev Desert, a region that has historically struggled with a lack of water for farming. The Safdan plant is the engine that powers this flow, supplying the majority of the recycled water used by Israel's farmers. It is a perfect example of urban areas supporting rural ones, creating a cycle of sustainability. This system has truly made the desert bloom. Thanks to the constant supply of high-quality water from Safdan, farmers in the Negev can now grow a stunning variety of crops. Fields that were once barren and brown are now filled with green rows of vegetables, fragrant citrus groves, and vibrant flowers. This transformation is a direct result of the nation's commitment to recycling every drop. The Safdan plant is more than just infrastructure. It is a symbol of Israel's vision. It shows how wastewater, a problem for most cities, can be transformed into a valuable solution that supports food security and builds a green future in the most unlikely of places. Having a secure supply of water was only half the battle. Israel also had to figure out how to use it as efficiently as possible. The answer came from a simple yet revolutionary idea that blossomed in the Negev desert itself: drip irrigation. Pioneered by an Israeli company called Netafim, this technology completely changed the rules of farming. Instead of flooding fields or spraying water into the air, where much of it would be lost to evaporation, drip irrigation delivers water directly to where it is needed most. It is a system of narrow tubes with tiny holes called emitters laid along the crop rows. This method works with incredible precision. Imagine giving each plant a personal drinking straw. The system releases small, controlled drips of water and nutrients right at the base of the plant, directly into the root zone. This ensures that virtually no water is wasted. It doesn't evaporate under the hot sun or run off the soil. As a result, farmers can use significantly less water, sometimes up to 50% less, compared to traditional sprinklers or flood irrigation. This was a monumental breakthrough for a country where every drop is precious. It meant that the water created through desalination and recycling could go twice as far. The impact of drip irrigation on Israel's agriculture has been nothing short of miraculous. By combining this efficient technology with the reclaimed water from plants like Safdan, farmers began to achieve incredible results. They were not only saving water, but also growing more food. With water and fertilizer delivered so precisely, plants grew healthier and produced higher yields. Suddenly, the barren lands of the Negev were producing bountiful harvests of tomatoes, melons, peppers, and olives. Israel was proving that you don't need abundant rainfall to have abundant agriculture. You need smart technology and careful resource management. This combination of a secure water supply and hyper-efficient irrigation has allowed Israel to achieve something once thought impossible. It now grows almost all of its own food. A nation with very little rainfall and limited arable land has become a food-secure powerhouse and even a major exporter of fresh produce to the world. This journey from scarcity to self-sufficiency is a powerful lesson for all of humanity. It shows that by embracing innovation, rethinking our relationship with resources, and refusing to be defined by our environment, we can overcome even the greatest challenges and cultivate a sustainable future for generations to come.